Okay, today we're going to learn how to access and use some of the literature databases on the UCONN website. We're going to look for both English and Spanish articles, and I'll start off by going to the UCONN website. So if I go to uconn.edu, it'll bring me to the UCONN website, and when I get to the UCONN website, I'm going to go to the link that says Research, click on that, and from Research, I'm going to go to the UCONN Libraries Research Database Locator, and click on that. So once I'm here, it's going to give me a list of databases by subject that I can look at, and I'm going to click on Literature since we are doing literature research and analysis. And once we get to this page, you're going to have a list of different databases you can look at. And right now, we're only looking at the ones that are green starred, and that means they are, according to UCONN, best bets. If I click on Show All Literature Databases down here, the list expands and it tells you up here Green Star is a best bet. And we're going to start with one called MLA International Bibliography. And this is going to be actually one of your best bets, and according to UCONN, it is a best bet for literature articles in Spanish. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to have to sign on with my net ID and password. And once I sign on, it's going to bring you right to the advanced search screen instead of the basic search. If I click on basic search, I'll just be able to search a phrase, but I do prefer the advanced search, so that's what I'm going to use. I am going to search for magic realism since it is one of the themes we will be studying. And I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click on linked full text. Otherwise, I might get some abstract articles in my results, which I don't want because I'll have to actually go to UCONN and pick up those articles in person, and for this particular project I don't think that would be necessary. So you want to just stick with articles that we can get the full text online. And you could also change the publication date if you wanted to, publication type, language, but for now we're just going to search for magic realism. I'm going to hit search, and I'll have about 60 results, full text of different articles discussing magic realism and stories or novels that have magic realism as a theme. I have 60 results right now. If I want to do an article discussing magic realism and Gabriel Garcia Marquez, I can just put his name here. Hit search again, and now I only have 9 results. Right now the articles are sorted by date descending, meaning the most recent article comes up first. I'd like to sort it by relevance, so the most relevant articles come first. So the first one I guess from 2009, and it's called "A German Detour from Ulysses to Magic Realism." All right, and this is an article that discusses magic realism and mentions Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Next one would be Magic Realism in the Americas, Magic of Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So just looking at these first 3 and browsing, I think I'm going to go pick the third one just based on the name, and I'm going to click on it, and I have the publication info here, and as I scroll down I have the actual article. Now if I'm looking for certain keywords in this article, I can hit the Control F button, I can hit the Control key along with the F key, and a search box pops up. I can type in the phrase magic realism, and it tells me I have 5 results on this page that discuss or that mention magic realism. I can go through them and see where that phrase shows up, and these might be good places to focus in the article. If I want to cite the article, I'll hit the cite button on the right hand side, and I will scroll down to MLA and copy and paste that into my Works Cited or into my EasyBib account. You can also do searches in Spanish on MLA International Bibliography. I'm going to click on New Search. So for my new search, I'm just going to search Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The only difference for this search is I'm going to make sure I search only Spanish articles. So if I scroll down in the advanced search box and I go to language, I will select Spanish, and I will make sure it's full text again, and then I will hit search. And I have 33 results on Gabriel Garcia Marquez, sorted by relevance already in Spanish. Now, some of these articles aren't going to have the text after you click on the link. So if I click on this article right here, I'll have the publication info, but there won't be any text underneath. And that means it's going to link you to another site that will have the text, and it will be on the left-hand side. It's either going to be a PDF file, or it'll say check JSTOR for full text. So if I click on this link that says check JSTOR, it will bring me to this page, and it'll bring me to the actual text. And if you want the citation, just go back to the original result on MLA International Bibliography, hit the cite link again, and it'll be there under MLA. If we go back to the list of databases for best bets in Spanish literature, another source that would be good to use for this paper would be HAPI, Hispanic American Periodicals Index. I'm going to click on that, and it's a little different interface than the MLA International Bibliography, a little more simple. You can do a quick search up here, or a more advanced search by clicking on the search key here. So this is basically the same as MLA International Bibliography. You could search here with a different and or not booleans on the side. And this time I'm going to search for magic realism, but I'm going to search for it in Spanish. And I'm going to hit search. All right, and I have 70 results on this page. And another big difference between this and MLA International Bibliography is you can't sort it or filter it by full text. So as you go down, the things you see that say just UCONN links, you probably aren't going to be able to get it online. If you really need an article that's listed just as a UCONN link, come see me in the library and I will help you get it sent to the school so that you can use. Otherwise, you want to stick to the links that have JSTOR next to them. That way you can access them right from the computer in school or from your house. So I'm going to click on number 5, History of Magic Realism. And if I click on JSTOR, it should take me to the article. This looks just like the other one we just looked at on JSTOR. Same basic setup. And if I want the citation for this article, I can go to View Citation. And it is right here. I'll just have to format it correctly if you just copy and paste this into your Word document, you're going to have to format it correctly. If you do it into EasyBib, it should automatically format it correctly for you. Happy Online can also do searches in English as well. If I go back to the list of Spanish literature databases, and this one is called the Literature Resource Center. This is one we actually have at Daniel Hand as well, but since UCONN offers it, I'll just show you how to access it through here so you guys could all look at it through one spot. So if I click on Literature Resource Center, this also brings me right to the advanced search. Search just like I searched in the other databases. So I'm going to search for Magic Realism. I'm going to hit search. And when I get to the results page, I'm going to have a bunch of different tabs on top. And the first tab is going to be Literature Criticism, followed by biographies, topic and work overviews, reviews and news, primary sources and literary works, and multimedia. So for this project, I'm guessing you guys would want to stick to literature criticism and possibly biographies and topic and work overviews. So I have 197. I might want to narrow that down a little bit, and you can do that on the left-hand side, and they'll actually give you some suggestions on what to narrow it down to. So if I'm doing magic realism and Gabriel Garcia Marquez, that's actually an option, and I'll click on that link. And it says 16 next to it, meaning there are 16 articles that have to do with magic realism and Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So I'm going to click on it, and now I have 16 articles in literature criticism. And if I click, say, on the second one, which is a critical essay, it'll give me the publication info on top, and as I scroll down, I have the full text. And this particular database always gives you the full text, so you don't have to always ask for full text. It's always going to be there. And I could actually find related subjects. And if I wanted to cite an article from the Literature Resource Center, simply copy and paste it on the bottom, and you will have your citation.